New video from the border tonight showing agents pull a migrant from inside of a trunk. The man was hiding inside the compartment when officers found him. It is another example of people making desperate attempts to enter the U.S. in search of a better life. And while so much focus is on the southern U.S. border and the process of entering the country, for many migrants, the most dangerous and violent part of their journey from countries like Honduras and Guatemala happens in Mexico. Michael Schur joins us live from Los Angeles tonight with one family's story. Michael.
Marty, that's right. We spend so much time, obviously, focused on what is going on at the border, as you said. But also, these journeys that are coming out of Central America take them by default through Mexico. And these migrants face all kinds of problems getting through Mexico. And when we were down in Guatemala last week, we spoke to one family who experienced that in the worst of ways.
Juana is not her real name, and she didn't want her face shown, but she does want to share her profound story of Guatemalan migration.
We
have our little home here. He always said he wanted to make it prettier, make it a better life here. That's why he decided to leave.
193 people, many of them migrants from Central America, were murdered in what's now known as the second San Fernando Massacre. People pulled off buses, women raped, men forced to fight each other to the death, all at the hands of the Zetas drug cartel. The bodies eventually discovered in 47 mass graves. Juana's husband was among them.
I got the call 8 days later. The coyote called me and told me he got kidnapped by the Zetas in San Fernando, Tamaulipas.
Her husband's remains were found 2 years later along a stretch of road known as the Highway of Death.
They told me they could not give me his body. They could only give me his ashes.
He had come so close to making it. It all happened just 90 miles from the Brownsville, Texas border. In her anguish, she sat with those ashes in the home they shared in Guatemala.
I spread the ashes on a plastic bag, then started to look for his teeth. He had gone with his golden teeth on. I couldn't find anything.
The story of migration is most often seen at international borders and in big cities, but it often begins in places like this, San Martin Jilotepeque, 100 kilometers northwest of Guatemala City. These are different places from the big cities, but they also have many of the same stories.
Guatemala is a very complex country in terms of migration because it receives people, but you have also people leaving from Guatemala, you have people returning to Guatemala.
Salha Benzagiba is head of mission for the Red Cross in Guatemala.
To migrate it's not a game. We see very severe consequences.
That vicious history repeated itself just this past January in the same Mexican state as the 2011 massacre, Tamaulipas. This time, Mexican state police were implicated.
16 Guatemalan citizens were victims, I would say, of this migratory route, and they were basically calcinated in a car after being shot dead.
On our own journey, hours outside the Guatemalan capital in a Red Cross vehicle to see Juana and her family in San Martin, we learned how the randomness of their story still stings.
Nobody notices when those people leave. You simply hear of the ones who made it and the ones who didn't. After that massacre in Mexico, many migrants were able to make it through the same spot. And you can just wonder, why him?
After her husband's murder in Mexico, Juana was left to raise their daughter on her own. But with no money for school and a bleak future, even she wants to leave Guatemala to finish the journey her father started.
I keep telling her to stay, but she is determined to leave. She says it's been long ago since her dad died, but not for me.
Juana told us that it would cost about 700 quetzales, Marty, which is about $100 a month for her daughter to go to nursing school. They simply don't have the money because they don't have the work. And that is part of the problem. That's what creates this desperation.